Yo, what's up guys? I'm so excited to finally bring you this one. I was able to trade for a decent DEATHWEB and I decided to throw my old school Poison Necro together, which I used to farm the pit like crazy back in the day. So let me share with you my hidden meta Poison Neck setup. I played it a lot in Original 2 as well as on the private servers because it obliterates screens on a budget all the way up to Enigma and Infinity. The build itself can function as a season starter, however, the setup I show you is more of a fun setup of mine and resembles more a witch doctor than a necromancer, honestly. Keep in mind, the only really expensive item I have is DEATHWEB, which can easily be replaced by something simple as a spirit sword. Feel free to make use of the timestamps below to jump around the video. Yeah, what can I say? It's a top tier magic finder, good all the way from season start to endgame. The stress-free playstyle and the highly customizable item setups bring the Poison Necromancer in Diablo 2 Resurrected to S tier for me personally. With that being said, let's get started. So let's talk about the gear here for a second. The backbone of the build and why it's so strong is the set bonus of 3Piece Trang. These items cost next to nothing within the trading community. Very early in the season, the belt can cost a little bit because of Cannot Be Frozen. Really nice belt. But yeah, the minus 25 poison pierce hits like a truck. Of course, if you pair it with a DEATHWEB and preferably facets in your gear, building this character, assembling this character reminded me on how ridiculous my walker bob is. It's all poisoned facets. But yeah, I did not manage to get a rush on non-season. Other than that, I don't have the 125 breakpoint. I have the breakpoint before that, 75. Very nice Viper here. I needed a few tries to get one with 1000 defense. I upgraded this with the cube recipe. And socketed here for resistances. Shaco with an ist. This can be a topaz or whatever you want, really. But I want to have around 100 magic find when I farm the pit. That's just what I think is a nice value for that area. But at the end of the day, it's all RNG. A skill and cast rate amulet, a skill ring, and a BK ring. Rare boots with poison resistance. Because I get minus 77 resists on myself, right? On my character. This is a Geats. Those are some skiller. Watch any random small charms I found. Call to arms in the military pick. I think it looks cool. And a little less, and not a spirit, because I'm running max block. Let's talk about the stats now. So, of course, here's the poison damage and the poison pierce. This can be higher than missing facets. You could also go full ham on damage and have facets in the gear as well. But yeah, since Trang shield gives 60 block chance, it's a good shield to go on go max block on the build. And also, like, the classes have different scaling in terms of how much points of life you get for per point spent in vitality, right? And Necro has the worst scaling in life, and I think it's not worth it having 200 or 300 more hit points but losing max block. And it's just convenient when cruising through the pit, block pretty much everything. Yeah. Enough strength to wear the gear, enough dex to get max block, which is 75%. And I have my remaining points into vitality. Of course, block only works when you walk or stand still. But the playstyle itself makes it so, yeah, you don't have to worry about it. Like, you will block, okay? Because the moment you cast a Poison Nova, you will stand still for a brief moment anyways. So you don't have to worry about it. It's like the playstyle of the build itself is perfect with max block. One of the very few builds I run max block, really, especially on Necromancer or on a caster in general. I rarely run max block, but here it's really viable. My mercenary gear real quick. I am running Harmony. This is just the aura bot, by the way. The mercenary is not here to deal damage. Instead, he grants me run walk and pseudo curse immunity. This rune word gives a little one cleansing aura, and yeah, like it takes like a few seconds, and the aura kicks in. Yeah, something like damage is gone, so that's really nice. And Hustle, such a good armor man. So many builds are using this, and it's also very nice for the Act 1 mercenary. On to the skill tree. Yeah, do you only need 60 points and you're a full-fledged Poison Necro? This could make room for hybrid variations. What I did is the following. So I maxed my 3 abilities here. Gain around 8k Poison Nova. And then I also run almost maxed out Bone Armor. It's just what I did, right? For my pit build, to have even a layer, one more layer of defense in addition to max block. So I really don't have to worry about it and can just zoom through the pit. I don't max Bone Armor, there's only 1 point here. I maxed Bone Wall and I have my brain points into Bone Prison instead, because this actually gives more absorb than maxing the Bone Armor itself, right? Nothing into summons, and I have 1 point into low resist. At this point, with this setup, I rarely use it, especially in just players want a pit. I just spam Poison Nova. But yeah, on the budget, this is more useful. And on an endgame variant, I would even put 20 points in here, just because of the ridiculous radius you get. So when it's just hectic and you teleport around with 125 cast rate, literally everything is cursed, right? With a click of a button, so you don't even have to worry about that. No matter where you teleport, everything is cursed. So it's cool in the endgame setup to max this out, in my humble opinion. Also, I've seen one guy, he did Ubers with this. Okay. And like, it's no secret that like the Uber bosses have an insane health regeneration. And Poison Nova is really good in preventing that. Or poison damage generally is very good in preventing heal and regeneration, right? And he did not use, he didn't use points here. He maxed the revives and made the revives a little bit more tanky, right? You get the golems and you can do Ubers actually, but that's totally up to you. I'm showing you a more decent start dash budget friendly item setup here. So Spirit Sword, Lore Helm, Stealth to reach the faster cost per breakpoint. I'm in the 75% frame, so same as with the other setup. And even get rid of cast right here, so just get a blue one, a 3 to poison the bone skills for more damage. Most important, like the backbone of the build, 3Piece Trang combo. A nail ring, 15 or is it just a random ring, and Silk Weave for the sustain for the mana after each kill. Got rid of torch and stuff. This is a Geats, this is not a skiller. Sheet MSA is 4k. This deals 25k, and of course you have OP, Corpse Explosion. And like with a setup like this, I need more, like I need to switch abilities, right? I cannot just spam Poison Nova. I actually have to play the game with the setup like this, but it's fun. And yeah, this is a terrorized area right now. Nice, XP shrine, let's go. The Merc is dead on purpose. So, see, they would have been poison immune. You can still attack them. It does not work against every monster. I don't know exactly the math behind it. But in Act 1, at least, as you can see, you can just break them. I have only 1 point into low resist, so this is a more endgame oriented setup with a 125 breakpoint, which is the last one. So it's super fast. If you really want to spam Poison Nova, that's the setup. You reach this with a rare circlet with FCR, amulet with FCR, an FCR ring, Arak. Of course, I have teleport as well from Enigma, and the FCR from Trang gloves. I'm using random rare boots, War Traveler, Sandstorm tracks. Like there's a lot of boots possible here. I'm running Spirit. Like it's either or. There's a shrink head called Dark Force Spawn, gives 1 more plus skill, but has exactly 5 cast rate less. Therefore, you would need a second cast rate ring then instead of a skill ring. So in the end, it's the same. You don't really worry about strength because of Enigma. in terms of rarity, it's more likely to end up with a spirit. If you trade, of course, you can just trade for Dark Forspawn. That would be like the shield I'm talking about. So now we are missing some cast rate, 5 to be exact. While yes, we have plus skill more, we need to get rid of BK and get the cast rate somewhere else now. So, you know. But yeah, that's more endgame setup. Skiller, of course. Every build, every item setup I showed, it's the same skill tree, right? Of course, buff up and Infinity on the Mercenary. In the example showcase here of the endgame setup, I would not use Max Block no more because the shields, like Spirit Monarch as well as Dark Forspawn, have really bad block chance. So for an endgame setup, I would go with the life-only variant here. Yeah, so this is my Poison Necro build guide for you guys. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later!